Oh, hi. I wanted to discuss a case with you guys. Please let me know your opinion on it. One of my clients recently came to me and he wanted to make his resume. So he was not very sure how to put his career gap in it. He was having lack of confidence and he was a little hesitant to show this. So what do you guys think? Does this kind of career gap should impact your confidence? I know sometimes due to unavoidable reasons we have to take career breaks. And at the same time it becomes really very tricky how to put that in the resume. But don't worry, like always, One Door HR is here for your rescue. You need to put it in such a way that it becomes a positive impact in your resume rather than creating a harm to your career. So, before we move further, to know how to portray this in your resume, we will understand the major reasons why there are career gaps. Whatever be the reason, be it personal or professional, you have left your job for, you should clearly and briefly mention the same in your resume. Do not try to hide anything from your profile and let people assume the reason of your unemployment. Our productivity depends on our health. And due to health reason, if we had to take a career break, we need to mention that properly. Of course, we don't have to mention what kind of treatment or illness we are suffering from, but we need to mention the zeal we have in us to again start our career. Another reason could be pursuing higher education. Of course, it's in your advantage. So ensure that you mention the degree or the certification you have acquired during this gap of your unemployment. Added tip is you can always mention why this degree is useful for the organization and for your self growth. Family emergency. Here where the emotion comes in place. Assure to the interviewer that these crises are over and you are back to your normal life mentally and emotionally, and you're very eager to start your innings again. Another major reason, professional hazard. And this is the most trickiest one to answer. There could be a number of reasons for this. Maybe you are overworked and underpaid, or it was coming on your health, long hours of work, lack of recognition, or lack of any growth prospects. Do not try to give an answer which is convenient for you. You need to give the real one. Remember, antecedents check is everywhere. And that is a basic criteria to get an offer letter of any company. So keep your history very clean. Never backbite your old companies because this will not go in your favor. In fact, people will start doubting on your integrity and your intentions. Whenever there are such employment gaps, do not waste your time. Try and acquire some training, some certification so that you have a reason, a justification that in spite of whatever went wrong in your career, you have compensated it while acquiring this additional qualification. One secret tip. Instead of mentioning specific date of joining an organization or leaving the organization, you can always put the number of months or the years you have spent in a particular company so that the focus is a little diverted. By the way, there's one more way by which you can make this employment gap look less obvious in your resume by picking up a functional format of resume which talks about more about your achievements, your roles and responsibility over the years, what you have performed and what has made you to reach the current designation or the status. With this, you can minimize the impact of small employment gaps. As I told you earlier, keep these gaps very crisp and very brief. Try to fit it in two-liners because the employer is not interested to go into your private details while reading your profile. Do not mention all your employers. Mention only those whom you feel is worth mentioning. And if you were working as a freelance during this gap period, ensure you mention that. This shows you have a zeal to use your time fruitfully. Highlight the new soft skills, what you have learned during this period. In fact, by just mentioning, you can also show all these soft skills while interacting with them in the interview. I have made a detailed video on this, how to show your employment skills, which is also called as soft skills, while appearing for an interview. The details I have given in the card above in the description box below. Please watch that as well after watching this video. Pass on such vibes to the interviewer that he feels that you are back and you want to go bang on again with your career. And of course, as we all know, confidence leads to the success. Never ever let your confidence be down. You might be disconnected with the market for a few months or for a few years, but this does not mean that you're not employable. So, such gaps should not impact you emotionally. Of course, taking such employment gaps is not an offense. You don't have to feel apologetic about it. There are companies who would not entertain such kind of gap, but that's okay. Don't feel depressed and wait for the right opportunity to knock your door. And while you're struggling to get a right break, do not waste your time. Get into some freelance job so that you become eligible, and this eligibility of yours will automatically hide your employment gap. And one last secret tip I want to give you before we close. Be active on professional networking sites. Increase your visibility. So what if you're not working but you're connected with the community? Don't consider yourself that you're not part of them. Be the part of the community. Keep on contributing something or the other. This helps to increase your visibility. And now, in this world, getting a good job is all about a good professional networking. Thank you so much for your time. And if you need any help from One Door HR, do not hesitate to reach me on www.onedoorhr.com.